Ayo, it's 5 rounds, 5 topics a season. Home of the most controversial opinions. Dropping each round on a Friday. If you're about the top trends, then it's our way. So make sure you subscribe. Believe it or not, the vibe is out here. Whereby the peeps can talk with no fear. Hey, what's the name of the podcast right here? What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. Hey, yo, hit the like button. You know I'll be checking. What's going on, good people? Welcome to 5 Rounds. It's Wantali over here. Drew's coming in a minute. OV2 Nice will be joining us soon as well. I can see that the chat is late. Hey, the chat is late. We've started a late culture. That's not good. That is not good.
Oh my God!
Gunjan, I see you in the comments. I see in the comments. It says 5 Rounds entrance song. Yeah, man. What do you think of the entrance song? Obviously, smash a like if you're new to the channel. If you're new to the channel, let's see, where's the bloody like button? So, yeah, there we go. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so if you're watching this now, you're probably watching us live from X or Twitter, Facebook, and all of that. So you can, smash a like on that. So RB says, I came in late, was on time. Can always count on you to be late. Well, no. I was on time. I was here on time. Yeah, man, as you can see. So RB says, very sexy tea today. Wantali represent. Yeah, so I'm representing the Pandies today. So I need you Pandies today. You know what I'm saying? Save the Pandies. What's the story today? All right, Mr. Impatient. Do you know what I mean? So the story today, guys. Here we go. The story today is culture on a plate. So, like I said, Drew will be joining us in a minute. So, culture on a plate. So, yeah, this topic is more around food. Who doesn't like food? Food, basically, and how important it is in our lives. So we're trying to figure out, is it actually part of our culture? And I want to learn about the food in your culture as well. Seeing as we're a cultural podcast, I want to learn about what kind of foods you enjoy, and which foods are key to your culture, if that makes sense. Gunjan says, I'm not a bionic robot. Okay. Get up and show us the trousers too. The trousers are not 5 rounds. Sorry. Get up and show us the trousers. What's wrong with this person? Yes, Drew. Oh my gosh. What happened to your hair?
I lost it. I woke up this morning and I didn't find any more hair.
It's old age. Welcome, Drew, to the show, guys. So go easy on Drew today. He's not well. He hasn't been well all week, but he still came and represented. So please, please.
I got my magic drink here. Don't ask me what's in there, but yeah, there's a whole lot of things in there.
Oh man. Oh, actually, first things first. Did you receive your T-shirt? Oh, wow.
Not yet.
Oh,
not yet. Did you send it?
Of course, I sent it. I even showed you the receipt. Anyway, your mailing system must be long, man. It must be long. Anyway, so we're talking about food today, which I believe Drew loves because everything he cooks, he makes sure he shares with us. We sort of want to devise if food is important to culture. Is it important to culture? Is it a part of our lives? Does it define who we are and things like that? And also, we want to learn what what food is in your culture. What is your go-to cultural food? I always say, if you want to know a culture, if you travel somewhere, if you want to know their culture, try their food. That's what I think. So, without further ado, let me ask you guys a question. Right? Do you feel food is an important part of your cultural heritage? So when you think about, how you grew up, where you come from, who you are, and what your nationality is, do you feel food is an important part of your culture. So, Mr. Drew,
Yeah.
do you think the Malayan culture, yeah, we take, well, do you think the Malayan culture, the food is important to the Malayan culture?
Well, I think we had this discussion last time with Ovi when we were talking about what was the topic again on that podcast? It was something to do with culture. But yeah, there was a discussion whether food is part of culture or food is not culture. Um,
I think it was the fashion
I
one, wasn't
think yeah, I think we ended up asking about food, whether food was culture or not.
it?
Um, I think to answer your question, Malawian culture, we are very deep rooted to food.
Mm.
Um, Generally Africa. I think most of the places in the world actually. But yeah, if I can speak of Malawi, we are rooted to food. There's certain foods that kind of came in the recent years that sort of not cannot be identified as Malawian cultural food, but mostly Malawi, we identify ourselves with food, and I think it's part of the heritage that I also carry with me everywhere I go, even
Yeah.
here. Um, Before you called me, I was actually finishing making Nsima,
Oh,
which is
God.
my favorite. I,
So,
I can't I can't live without Nsima. I have to have my Nsima.
so I need to show these guys what Sima is. I think it's on the thumbnail actually. So on the thumbnail, if you noticed, let me bring that up real quick. So on the bottom, on the bottom of the thumbnail, the very last picture that's close to the words at the bottom, that is Sima. So the I wish I could point at this. So that's pretty much Sima. It's like the it's a maize. It's maize flour, which
Mm.
has a potato mashed potato texture, and you have it with vegetables and meat. It's called pap in what is it, Zimbabwe? It's called pap, and then in no
Sadza,
in Kenya it's sadza in Kenya, sadza in Zimbabwe, pap in Kenya,
Zimbabwe. Mm.
or South Africa. What they call it in South Africa? No, pap in
They
South
call it pop
Africa.
as well. Yeah.
Pap in South Africa and ugali in Kenya. Yeah, that's the one.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
it's almost the same thing, but different terms. Um, if you guys know, like, if you guys know this meal and you have it in your country, let us know as well. What is your go-to food in your country, guys? Um, Arby says the day Wantali, to this day, Wantali's face when somebody mentions Sima still cracks me up. Yeah, because I'm not a big Sima fan, like, and people always do.
What?
You see,
What?
you
Hang
see,
on, hang on.
and this is how you know it's part of the culture because when I say I'm not a Nsima fan, they're like, "Are you really Malawian?" You know what I mean? So,
It's like telling a Ghanaian not to eat fufu, or telling a Nigerian not to eat fufu, or
what
banku.
what
It's
happened to
like,
what happened to choice, bro? What happened to choice?
of
Yeah.
course, but there's just certain foods like I mean,
What happened to
I
choice?
mean, it's like telling a Ghanaian not to like jollof rice.
Yeah,
That's a sin.
fair enough. Um, in my country, it's called Mamaliga or polenta, and it's better than yours. Google it. Why is it better than Sima? You haven't even tried Sima, so why would you? So let me Google this. Mama Lita, apparently Liga, Mama Liga.
Yeah,
So
or
it's
polenta. It's pretty much the same.
this is interesting. They make a
It's pretty
cake out
much
of
the
it.
same.
They make a
Yeah,
cake. What the hell? Like maize,
but
yeah.
yeah, polenta
Yo,
it's
this
pretty
is
much the
it.
same like in Sima, but I think we just cook it better. So she
Ah,
couldn't say it's better because I have tried polentas and
and
yeah,
and what do you think? Is it good? I'm gonna.
and Sima is better.
Oh my gosh.
Sima is better. We polenta when they're making polenta, they don't actually cook it. There's a
Oh,
sort of a yeah, there's a sort of a semi process of cooking it. On simmer, you kind of have to boil it. It kind of has to simmer a little bit, and then you know
I mean, it looks
it's a
interesting.
whole. It's pretty much the same like in simmer. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it looks interesting to be fair. So big up. Yeah, guys, let us know if you have this in your country as well, the variation of it. So it's the staple food of Malawi. So basically, Malawi, to answer this question, is food an important part of our culture? Food dictates exactly how people. It dictates people's moods. Um, it dictates how a country, like the politics in a country, it sort of sways decision in politics. So if people haven't eaten in Malawi, they're not going to vote for you. It's as simple as that.
uh,
So if the people are going hungry, they'll blame the president, basically. So this is how
if
important food
if I
is.
hadn't eaten Nsima, I wouldn't have come on this podcast today. I promise you. That's that's a guarantee.
Oh my
That's
gosh! And I need to explain why. So in Malawi, a lot of people are dependent on the weather. So we have, unlike in the UK where it rains all the time or at different times. In Malawi, there are times when it rains. So they're dead. Like it's got like the weather is a little bit more predictable. So I think you got the cold, dry, wet, dry, and uh, different seasons. So around October, so between October and February is when the rainy season is. And when rains come, people celebrate this. They'll go to church and celebrate the rainy season because they're going to grow their crop, which is maize,
mm,
and all of that. So we're very dependent on plants. So yeah, food is definitely an important part of our cultural heritage. Definitely. Gunjan says try potato. I haven't tried that. Yeah, so no, guys in the chat, please let us know. Gunjan says, I want to get ice cream, magic malt, brownie burst. What? Okay.
that
Uh
is that like cultural food, ice cream? Is that
apparently, apparently. RB says, for me, it definitely is. We grow up learning to be good hosts, and that involves cooking for people. If you can't cook in my country, you're cancelled. Yeah, so in Malawi it's quite similar. I think you grow
mm,
up being told, especially for the ladies, like you grow up being told if you can't cook, your man's gonna leave you, which is a bit
yeah.
insane to be honest. But so you can just tell it's and also when you're getting married, I think I was gonna mention this a little bit later, but when you're getting married, there's certain things that the other side of the family offers because normally wealth is livestock. Say in Mali, they'll offer things that they have. So, for example, if you want to pay for the bride, you offer in cattle or sheep or goats, and again, these things can be considered as food. So again, it's important to the heritage of Malawi.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
Gunjan is Gunjaning today. Yeah, Gunjan. Don't
Eh,
worry. I think it's an inside joke, that one, Gunjan, and you're pretty much in the club, but you don't even know what it means. Come on, Gunjan, catch up, my bro. You know, we can see that RB today.
I'm standing on business.
Standing on business.
They standing on business. We standing on business.
Let's see. So he did say I should check his past comments, but so green peas used to come from Canada and Russia in India. Government banned the import of green peas to earn revenue. Now green peas comes from UP state. Okay. That is an interesting point, Gunjan. Okay, so next part, right?
hmm.
Guys in the
Green peas
chat,
used to come from where?
he said they used to come from Russia.
Russia. Okay. Wow. Is that true though? Is that
It's Gunjan, man. It's Gunjan. We
what's
don't
your
know.
source? Can you confirm that?
I will check.
let's let's fact check that one.
Okay. Where did did
'Cause I mean, I would assume Russia is very cold. Not assume, but I know Russia is very cold. So green peas wouldn't grow in a very cold region.
so Genoa in France is where they originated from.
There you go. There you go. I
Um
mean, I would assume that they're like along those climates,
supplier.
like
Let's see, Greenpeace supplier country, yeah. So I'm looking for a country that supplier countries basically. Oh, he's right. So it's China, the United States, and India.
those are the suppliers, but it didn't come from Russia.
Oh, hold on. There's still a bit more. Hungary is one. Hungary is the top supplier apparently of green peas. Sweden. So this is according to AI. So Hungary, Sweden, Czech Republic, Egypt, Canada, United States, India, Peru, wow, Algeria, France. Okay. So they're the ones that meet the global demand of peas, basically.
Interesting.
In case you guys wanted to know.
Hmm.
In case you wanted to know. It says, yes, green peas and lobia, black peas. How do you know this stuff, man? Green peas are banned, but lobia is not banned. Where are they banned, bro? So the next question for you guys, right? Is there a traditional dish or recipe that holds a special significance in your culture? Is there something that you guys make that holds a special? So it can be a dish for a special occasion, or it can be a dish that you have all the time. In fact, it can even be a drink, because in Malawi we have so many things. Like, so yeah. Why is it significant? And yeah, name the recipe or dish. Why is it significant to your culture? Basically, should I let you go on this one, Drew?
I mean, I could start with that one because I don't think many people talk about it, but this dish in Malawi, it's a delicacy, and it's like every time someone makes it for me, I feel like in heaven. The animal intestine,
Tumbana.
mouthfuls.
Yeah. So what do they call it? Tripe, isn't it? Is it tripe?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's obvious.
Strangely in Italy as well. They in what you call it, Sicily, and what's other place? Verona.
Yeah.
They eat that too, right? It's quite interesting. But yeah, in Malawi, when you have Nsima, properly cooked Nsima, especially in Gaiwa Nsima, not white flour.
So Gaiwa is maize flour, right? White flour.
Gaiwa is more rich. It's like kind of more like
it's not refined.
Yeah, it's not refined. Yeah, so it's more like what's the right word? What's the right word? I know the Norwegian word now. I'm thinking.
Grain? Is it whole grain?
Yeah, whole grain. So Gaiwa is more. It's got more everything. It's got everything. It's got all the nutrients in there. So if you have proper Gaiwa Nsima, and you have tripe in there,
which is, as you can see, guys, if you ever go to, you're right, Italians eat tripe. Also Roman style. Is it Roman style tripe? I don't know what that is. So
yeah.
If you ever go to Ovi's house, guys, he's going to serve you tripe. He will serve you tripe.
And then with the veggies on the side, the veggies they're particularly found in Malawi. I think maybe southern part of Africa, but in Malawi we eat that a lot. Kwanya, do you know this type of veggies called kwanya?
Kwanya, yeah. It's not pumpkin leaf, but it's the family of pumpkin leaf.
Yeah. So
that's actually one of my favorite. It's beans leaf. I think it's the leaves of beans or something. Hold on, let me find out. Kwanya, if you can find them, you know what I mean. Well, that's the wrong kwanya. Sorry.
That's not the kwanya we're looking for, right?
Nah, yeah. So yeah, okay, yeah, I get that though. I think I used to remember what they are. Is it banana? They're not banana leaves. They are.
No, it's I think it's it's a bean leaf actually.
Yeah. I think bean leaves.
Kwanya. So when you mix that with groundnut soup, and you create the proper tasty kwanya, that's just a delicacy. Like, yeah.
So why is it Wantali's browser? What is it? RB's like Wantali's browser is exposing live. Yeah, no, but I searched for something, didn't I? So so kwanya itself, it's a bean leaf. Yes. So why is it significant? Why has it got significance to your culture, Drew?
Because I don't think anywhere else eat that. I've been to South. Excuse me. I've been to South Zimbabwe, Mozambique. I don't think they have that type of veggie that they eat there. Zimbabwe has this popular, what do they call it? Rape. Kovo, they call it Kovo. It's very popular there. Or Chinese as well, very popular in Zimbabwe, which is also popular in Malawi. But Kwanya is particularly Malawi. That's very unique for Malawi.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, fair.
And that taste, you will never find it anywhere else in the world. It's like, when you mix it proper with the ground nuts and then cook everything together with tomatoes and everything, let it simmer for some time, you create the creamy Kwanya. Butter.
This guy.
I know.
Let me read these comments. Some of the recipes. So, Gunjan says some of the recipes are adopted from South India. For example, things made from rice. Okay. The most representative food you can have from Romania is either sarmale or samale, or is it samale, or Andre Umpluti. What is that? What is that? Somali and Andre Umpluti.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah, man. Because it sounds like it's named after a dude. You know.
Umpluti.
Yeah.
Sounds like a tasty fruit. Umpluti.
Somali. Somali. Somali looks nice. So let me. It looks very nice. We're giving people free information here. so Somali, right? Let me just get a picture of it.
Oh wow, that looks tasty.
Very, very nice. So it's cabbage rolls, basically. So
interesting.
So what's the significance of these cabbage rolls? RB. So Somali. Interesting. What's in it? What is in it? Okay. Oh, there's meat in there. Very nice. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Can you make it for us one day, RB?
So Somali.
That is if you're capable of making your country food.
Andre Umpluti. Where's that page? Andre Umpluti, basically. There we go. I'm gonna check, see what that Andre Umpluti is. Umpluti. Right. What the bloody heck, man? I swear she did this on purpose. Okay. Why you laugh?
Bro.
Somebody said somebody definitely. Hey,
bro.
Let y'all know, put some respect on my.
What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Yeah.
Apparently, I wrote it wrong.
The question I have for you is like, what have you been browsing these past hours?
Oh, Arde. She said Arde. So I wrote it wrong. So I wrote Andre. Apparently, it's Arde. Arde. There we go. Sorry.
Oh man.
So you can put cheese. I think I've had this before, but I didn't know it was a Romanian dish. I don't know what else do you put in there. It looks like there's cream cheese and all of that. So why are these dishes significant in your culture? RB. She says it's RD. So why are they significant? So she says here, they're traditional food. We serve them at weddings, funerals, celebrations, everything. Well, and in Malawi, you serve something like we got tobwa, which is like a
wedding,
like a village beer. What's the other one? Normally you roast a goat or a goat or a cow or roast pork. I think for me, I don't know if there's like a traditional dish that's significant to my culture. Traditional. Let me think about it. But yeah, for me, it's normally around. For example, for breakfast, right? I prefer having cassava, like boiled cassava. So where I'm from, we grow a lot of good cassava. Like I think it's probably the best cassava in Malawi. So boiled cassava with tea, like for me, that's breakfast. That's you sorted for half the day, basically, or sweet potato and tea as well. It was a good starter for the day. Another one for me, I like snacks. I think I didn't like whole meals. I like snacks. So steamed monkey nuts. Is it monkey nuts or peanuts? I was looking for them when I went somewhere. I went to this little town in London. I was looking for them. I was because I was in a place where I thought you can find them, but I couldn't find them. I think it's steamed monkey nuts. Monkey nuts. I think so.
But I was gonna mention another important unique breakfast, which is very common actually, mainly in the southern part of Malawi, but it's the most tasty breakfast you can imagine. We call it futali. Have you tried futali?
What the hell's futali?
Yeah, dude. Futali is unique for southern part of Malawi. The most amazing breakfast ever. It's a mix of groundnuts and sweet potatoes. So you cook them together, and then you create this very sweet sort of porridge in a way.
This is a Malawian dish.
Yeah, futali.
What?
Yeah, okay. and it's very unique because it's mainly prepared during the plowing season when you're trying to clear the land. When you're trying to clear the
Sir, during the what?
Hold up.
I was trying to ignore you. As I trying to ignore you.
Anyway, go on, sir.
Okay. Yeah, so mainly when people are going out to the farms preparing the land, they prepare futali. Futali is like the most source of protein and energy you can get in the morning before you can go work the fields. Yeah. So it's like
in plowing season. How significant. Okay. I'm just here. Anyway, I'm trying to figure. Yeah, well, there you go. Let's see. She said, "Yeah, of course I make it." So she was answering your question. Of course I make it. I'd be disallowed if I didn't. Wow. So Gunja says, "No. When you eat a boa, your mind will start to run outside your body." Do you know how delicious pork is, man? I don't mean to insult the vegans and the Muslims, but nice that pork meats, boy. Those are jungle animals. Well, you could say technically a cow is. You could say, birds that people eat, chickens, stuff like that. Wow. It says you're exposing your gay porn, trying to blame me, this woman. Gunja.
That's what I asked. That's what I asked earlier. It's like, what have you been proud
to? Put some respect on my name. Put some respect on it. When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it. Put some respect on it. I ain't gonna say it no more. And I ain't gonna say it no more.
Put some respect on my name. All right. Abby says they're significant because they take ages to cook. Like the psalmate, you need to cook for like 8 hours. Wow, 3 to 4 hours. Sorry, what did you say? She said Somali. 3 to 8 hours, 3 to 4 hours boil, and then oven bake for like the rest. It better be worth it for all that process, to be honest. I think Gunjan's triggered by this whole pork thing because he's like, oh my God, leave it. For the first time, we have triggered Gunjan.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh man.
I mean, listen. I think there should be freedom of expression what people want to eat as well, though, with respect to what others don't, have in their religion, whatever. If someone wants to talk about pork, they can talk about pork. If someone wants to talk about, futali, someone can talk about futali, right?
Futali,
yeah.
I
can't believe you haven't tried futali yet.
I haven't. I'll Google the recipe and I'll make it. I hope it's good.
Dude, it's really good.
Okay. I
Yeah.
believe you. I believe you. Gunjan says 8 hours to put your mind to a piece of meat. Okay. 8 hours, you put your mind to a piece of meat. Okay. Find some pulses, cereals. They are great source of protein. Yeah, that's true. But we're talking about, it says boar isn't pork. Wantali. Oh, sorry. All right.
What's
Boar
the
has,
difference though?
yeah, what is the difference? It's the same,
What's the difference between a wild boar and pork? What's the
and
difference?
pork. You know.
What's the difference?
What
What's the difference?
is the difference, huh?
Because a boar is a wild pig. That's what it is, really.
No, apparently we boar isn't pork. Well, I mean, I've never eaten wild pork.
It's a wild pig. It's
Not
a
that I
wild pig. That's what it is.
know. Let's see. Boar has horns and can be able to pick up a cheetah in its horns. I don't know why we're talking about boars, to be honest. Nah, we cook it ourselves, Gunjan. It's well worth it. All right, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know, like significant dish. Yeah, for me, it's literally the snacks. I cannot say that there is a significant Malawian dish that I would say, yeah, this is like, I can stay for years without. This is probably not. I should probably not be saying this on a podcast, but I could stay for years without eating a Malawian dish. You know what I mean? But I'll have the traditional stuff like the what is it? The traditional the peanuts I was talking about, the steamed pumpkin, for example. I'll have
That's like a meal. That's not even like a snack, even.
yeah, that's a
meal.
meal. So you have that you can have that for dinner. So yeah, there you go. There's a significant one for me. I think that one is normally during harvest season, that you have pumpkin. So it's sort of like a celebratory meal. What else? What else is there? There's a few actually. There's quite a few in Malawi that we eat. Some I won't get into because they're delicacies, and also we covered those in a previous episode many years back. The things that people can eat in in this world. Boar is bigger and has horns. Is the meat the same? This is the question. Arby says, read all the comments or you're fired. I dare you. Obviously, you need to show our barbecues. What? Your barbecues. Trust me, ain't no barbecue like a South African, Zimbabwean, Malawian, maybe Zambian barbecue. Ain't no barbecue in the world better than that one. I'm telling you now.
Actually, I've got another Malawian meal that's also one of my favorites, and this one is from the northern side of Malawi. The Tumbuka Tonga people, they like to eat this one. It's called matoke, which is similar to kind of Tanzania and Kenya matoke. It's the same kind of. So, excuse me, I'm still fighting this thingy.
Yeah, it looks.
But yeah, matoke
like,
is kind of it's a mixture of plantain and meat, and you cook it together. You let it simmer together. It's just a delicious meal. It's like butter.
Is it?
Yeah, you should try. If you haven't tried matoke, you should definitely try matoke.
I'll recommend another one that Malayans are starting to adopt. I don't know where we got this one from. I think we probably got it from the Tanzanians, the Burundians, and chips mayai or chips mayai.
Chips mayai, Tanzania.
Tanzania. So a lot of people call it chips mayai, but it's chips mayai apparently.
Chips mayai.
So
yeah,
that I know it sounds a bit weird, but trust me, it's worth it and it's easy to make. I think it's a good breakfast meal, I would say, but some people have it for lunch. So this is matoke. I'll show you what chips mayai is. It's very easy to make actually. You just if you have like leftover chips, for example, or you want to make chips. Mayai. Is it mayai? Mayai. Okay. So what's the best representation? Probably this. It's it's pretty much an omelet with chips in it, basically.
That's it. Yeah. You can pimp it with some other things on there.
There you go. Yeah, you can put like several. Yeah, I think this is a good representation. So you can see the chips there inside. So it's quite nice. If you like if you don't have any ideas, try this for breakfast. Basically, it's you put the chips in first, then you put the egg, and then you just let the egg solidify a little bit. take it out, cut it up. That's the chips mayai right there. Trust me, it looks simple, but it's actually pretty good.
And the name itself is actually saying it's chips and eggs. Mayai is eggs in Swahili. That's chips, eggs, chips mayai.
Let's see. RB go vegan. Let me tell you, from meat to seafood, from seafood to vegan. What is this? Okay,
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. Are there any rituals or customs associated with food preparation and sharing meals or dining etiquette in your culture, Drew? So in your culture, what makes right now we're in the West, yeah, where people eat at the dining table. They normally have a glass of wine. They'll have, a table set up, well, depending on what level you're at or how your dining etiquette is. Some will have a knife and fork, some will have, a knife, fork, dessert knife. Dessert fork, the spoon, a quart cup, a soup spoon. They'll have all of that, right? So in Malawi, how do we prepare and eat our food or prepare our table, basically?
Every time I travel back to Malawi, if there's one thing I look forward to, is to sit
in a circle.
And then you have a huge bucket of Nsima there, and you have a huge bucket of relish on the other side there. And then everybody just dips in. You can call it unhygienic or whatever. I don't care. When I'm in Malawi, this is what I look forward to. Wash my hands, join in, dip in with everybody else. To me, that's one of the cultural values I grew up with, like sharing of food.
Yeah. So the etiquette of eating in Malawi is around collaboration, but it's also around survival, because if you are eating with people that eat fast and and they've got a big gulp like my guy over here, you're not gonna eat. So normally, if you go to the village in Malawi, there's the Arsenal fan there. You see, my God, shameless. But yeah, if you go to Malawi, like to the village, example, people normally eat like that. They'll sit as a family, and this in the center is the Nsima, of course, and you've got vegetables, meats, and all these things, right? So yeah, normally this is what happens in the village, but in a normal setting in Malawi, it's like the West, where you sit at a dining table and stuff like that.
Yeah. Some of them I even started using knives and forks eating Nsima, man. It's ridiculous, to be honest.
I do it. Why are you discriminating? I do it. You see, I was gonna get to that.
You need to be cancelled. So Wantali is cancelled.
I think
Wantali from today, folks, you are Nigerian.
Oh God.
No, not even, because Nigerians, they use their hands too. So from today onwards, you are landless.
I mean, RB says Nsima in a bucket sounds wild. If the bucket's used for Nsima only, it's not really wild, is it? But anyway, it's not a bucket. No. It's a basin. It's like a basin.
Yeah.
So the culture in Malawi is people eat with their hands. It doesn't matter what you eat. They eat with their hands. They eat with rice, chicken.
Most African cultures. Actually.
Most African cultures eat with their hands. Especially the thing is, at least in Africa, we're a little bit tolerable. But if you go to an Indian household, a traditional Indian household, and you eat with a knife and fork, they find that disrespectful, because in India they eat with hands, and more specifically, I think you eat with your right hand. Is it your right or your left? Your right hand. I think in certain cultures, you only eat with one hand, and it's your right hand because it's the clean one, because you use your left hand to I think that's it, right?
Do you know? I agree with that in 100%. Because this is what I do too. If you give me lasagna, I'm gonna use a fork, right? Because otherwise, lasagna, Italian, they created this whole thing in this whole tool that you used to eat with. So I use that. If it's lasagna, I use that. sometimes when I go to Indian restaurants as well, like I use my hands. I ask for water to wash my hands, and I chow using my hands because I know that this culture is more respectful if you use your hands. If I go to what you call this uh, some Norwegian cuisine restaurant or something, I would use knife and fork, right? Because that's what they're accustomed to. But when it comes to Nsima, if I go to a Nigerian joint in Oslo or somewhere, I'm not gonna eat fufu and goose with knife and fork. No, I'm gonna lick that shit. I want I want the okra stew to be like running down here, and I'm gonna go.
Nope, I'm good. I'm like the boarding school I went to. You needed to bring a knife and fork to the school because I think at the time there was a cholera outbreak, so they were like, "Yo, we're not gonna risk it." So knife and fork. So we ate everything with a knife and fork and a spoon, even the traditional meal, which is Nsima. So I got used to that. And now if I eat Nsima, I eat it with a knife and fork. I can't eat it with hands. It's just it takes too long, and there's a lot of this going on, and I'm just like, listen. Let's sort it out, So I guess I just don't have the muscle memory to do it, Are you banned from restaurants yet, Drew?
It depends. It depends. Like I said, it all depends where I'm going. If it's a traditional European restaurant, like I'm gonna use whatever. If I'm eating steak, for example, I'm gonna use knife and fork to eat my steak. But if I go to an Indian joint, if I go to a Nigerian joint, if I go to Ethiopian joint, for example, you can't use knife and fork at Ethiopian joint. Come on. How the hell are you going to eat Ethiopian food with knife and fork? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I think they don't even. Yeah, do they give you a
knife? No, they don't even use that. No, they don't even use that.
And I like how they present their food. Actually, let me just bring that up. Actually, how they're Ethiopian plate. Ethiopian meal. I like how I think it was. Yeah, this was it. So let me just show you what I saw. I think I was in an area in London, and I came across an Ethiopian restaurant, and I saw the plate and just how the plate was organized. It was something like
exactly. They have a very interesting way of final dressing the detail.
It looked very interesting. I said, "Wow," and this looks small, and also you see that thing that's surrounding it. That's the table there.
So everyone kind of dips in,
and everyone dips into that little place, and it just shows how much food is a part of the culture because they actually built this. I wish I could. Ethiopian. I think it's called a table or stool or something.
Yeah.
Ethiopian stool. It is. No. Table. Black. Oh my god. Table. Never mind. Where is it? I think it's here. There we go. Something like that. So you take that off, and you can eat from there. I just want to where's one? I'm looking for one that the lid is off. Oh, forget this, man. Now you got OJ coming up and everything. Right. My algorithm is getting messed up. You know what I mean? They're probably thinking, what's going on with this guy's search algorithm? But yeah, I think it's safe to say that, food and culture are so intertwined that, you need them. They need to be close together. You know what I mean? The preparation side of things. Back in the day, wait a minute. Can't read, can't spell. Wantali Mayweather. Apparently now I'm can't read, can't spell. Wantali Mayweather is that you relax yourself. In terms of knife and fork, I have one, but I put the butter and bread on the knife and fork. Okay. Arby says, I don't think you lot understand how much nails cost. If I'm dipping them in curry, I've got to pay for new nails the next day. But it's also, how do you keep your nails clean, actually? That's the one part I want to know. RB cousins and cousins family are like the nails on the finger, right? Okay. I read that one. So yeah, Around the
to be fair, if a woman is worried about her nails when it comes to food, making food, sorry, man. Sorry, man.
Some of
Man.
some of the rituals of preparing food in Malawi. So normally you find when women are grinding maize or grinding peanuts, they have this little what do you call it? It's like a stool. It's like a grinding. Oh man, I need to look for it now. Maize grinder. Would you call it that? Malawian. I better watch what I Google here.
Exactly.
Okay, there it is.
Don't Google gondolas, because then something else will come up there.
Oh man, you guys know what those spice grinders, right? So in Malawi you get big ones. You get like a big grinder basically. Let's go. No Diddy. You get a big grinder, right? It looks like
in Tondo.
Tondo, that's the one.
In Tondo.
So let me put, yeah, that's right. You're right about that. Tondo. So Tondo, look at this.
Not that guy.
Let's forget about that then.
Man. Google, you see, Google doesn't even. This is why I don't trust Google. Like, Google doesn't have all the information that's necessary,
No, it doesn't. But anyway, it's a grinder where women.
Now they're giving you that grinder.
Yeah, the wrong one, Malawian grinder, right? So I found it, but obviously
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So basically, this grinder, they sing songs, So while they're doing it, they sing songs. So while you're grinding to the rhythm, you're going, because the big thing, the log is quite big, it's quite heavy. So women will sing songs like, and they'll sing it to the rhythm of the grind, like while they're doing that. So it's part of the ritual. I think this has been carried on for years. Obviously, I don't know the songs. I wish I did, but it's been carried on for years where women will use that time to grind stuff, but sing as well. So this
actually, you know what I learned? It's in West Africa, it's the same as well. But now when they're pounding yam, they're doing the same process. But now when they're pounding yam, because pounding yam takes a long time, yeah. So the women sits there and then they just like sing the song while they pound the yam, and it's yeah.
I hear sometimes they gossip as well. They go, yeah, this one in the forest.
I mean, we heard about that in the women conference last time, that gossiping is part of their.
It's part of the culture.
It's part of their culture. It's part of the women culture.
Wow. Let me read these.
I might get cancelled.
Oh man, honestly. Gunjan says, if a man is cooking in your culture, the man who cook regional food in an occasion like setting or just get rid of that place. Well, okay. So you guys don't trust your men to cook? I think in India, your culture as well is it warms to men cooking as well. So I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So I'll be answering the nails question. You wash your nails regularly and brush the nails with a brush. For cooking, you can wear gloves, but I'm talking about eating using hands. Okay.
What's the difference?
Very suspicious Google searches, Wantali. Yeah, just leave my Google searches alone. Green one used to cut furniture. What? Oh, yeah, the thing that we were talking about. Cooking wood, fire, and okay. I don't know what's going on here. In Romania, we don't sing. We just talk about these things that didn't come. Like what? Too Nice TV says Ngumbi and Nsima. That's his delicacy.
Oh yeah, my man. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Ngumbi and Nsima is quite common in certain parts of Malawi. So Ngumbi, it's a queen ant, right? So in Malawi, we eat the queen ants, basically.
We do. And they're unique for the rainy season.
Oh, God. So flying termite. It's a flying termite. apparently. So we termites in Malawi. Goddamn.
We do. So January, February is like the peak season.
Yeah, Ngumbi season.
Ngumbi season.
I don't really want to show you that, but you know, it's
come on, hit us on Ngumbi. Hit us on Ngumbi. They have to see Ngumbi.
Shoot, man. Honestly, I'm looking for it. Yeah, so where is it? You know what? That's the thing. Nobody really takes pictures of Ngumbi. You know.
No.
Ngumbi. There we go. Oh my gosh, the picture that I found is not great, but you know, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you can still just show them like what?
Flying ants. There you go. Let's say flying ants. For those that you know, I'm gonna warn you if you do. If you guys don't like insects or whatever it is, just look away for a second. So this is what, yeah. So this is a better picture actually. So flying ants, they call it, or you know, termites.
That is Ngumbi. That is Ngumbi.
Some people eat them just like that as well. You know,
snack man. You go to the market. You go to the market in January, February, Malawi. They're everywhere. You can actually smell it in the air. Because they have this popcorn smell, like aroma. You put it that way.
Don't eat them. Let's say if you did read that right, it was self-explanatory. Okay, all right then. Gunjan says, "I like what you made with doing the shuffling." Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. The chefing.
I think they're hitting on each other over there. Like there's something going on we don't understand.
I think so. Like, so why you? So Abby says, "Why are you doing all that? Why are you doing all that? Must be the risk of eating ants." All right. Why do you eat termites? Gunjan says, "Oh my god."
Because they're tasty.
Check out the previous show. I don't eat termites. I've tried them. They're okay, but I would never eat them.
I've got another one. If they think termites are worse, I've got another one.
Lions they eat mice. You eat like grilled mice. You eat grilled birds.
No, there's another delicacy which is very popular in the southern part of Africa. In Malawi, we call it imparabungu.
Oh God.
Yeah. There's in South Africa they call it mopane worms. They're like worms or like kind of like what you call this lava. It's
okay. It's not okay. Yeah, the mopane worm. Yeah, I've never eaten that, and I would never.
Those are very tasty things, man. Like you're missing out. You're missing out.
Good for you. Road mice is a rodent, guys. You got to understand, some of these countries are very poor. So you start looking around and thinking, what can I eat here? You know what I mean? There's a saying, like the tribe I come from, yeah. So in Malawi, there's a little bit of tribalism. So normally the slur that people say towards my tribe is, you guys eat anything that walks, flies, apart from a plane. You know what I mean? So it's a saying basically. But Abby says eating ants and mice. Drew was worried about the nails. You know what I mean? Devil women would leave a house. Wow, these guys are getting a bit mad. Anyway, if you want to watch more about delicacies, we did an episode on that. Like, you know, delicacies people eat in the world. Just go and look it up. In the podcast, we did one about food. You know, I want to ask you the last question. Right? How do we maintain or adapt these culinary traditions, and how do we pass them on? So maybe let's start it like this, Drew. How did you learn about your cultural foods, you know? And when you learned about them, what is it that you picked up?
I think just growing up in African home, it's like what you eat is what you eat is what you get. Like there was nothing else. So that in itself was a lesson that this is what we eat.
Okay.
And also, I remember growing up, we had a tradition where the school season was sort of kind of timed, whereby when before the rainy season, we'll have the whole school season. And when the rainy season started, that was holidays. we had holidays. So my mom and dad used to take us to the villages to my grandma so we could work the fields. So we had that sort of tradition pattern that was happening. So we knew that this time is, we're off to grandma and grandpa, work the fields, and then we come back, school season again, and then like now, like around April, May, it was like harvesting season. Then was off season as well from school, and then we go back to the village for harvesting. And we knew that what we're planting, what we're harvesting, this is our cultural food in a way. So we're talking of the pumpkins, we're talking of the maize. There's certain type of pumpkin family, things that look like pumpkins, but they're not actually pumpkins. They're in the same pumpkin. I don't know what they're called in English though. They're not even they're not even aubergine. What are they called again? In Malawi, we call them honda. You know the round ones, tiny round ones.
I forgot what they are.
They've got big seeds. I don't know what they're called in English, but in Malawi we call them honda. Very tasty. So we knew that this is our culture food. This is our staple food, and this is what we have to work for to have food on the table. So for me, that was just a lesson in itself that this is what my culture eats. And that's what my body has been accustomed to eating. I was going to mention this as well. Like when I moved to Europe here, I had stomach problems a lot because of changing diets. I found that I was farting a lot. It's true. Because just changing diet was like a hustle. So then Honda.
It's wild cucumber, right? It's like
I think so. Because in the same family with the
Okay, fair enough. Go on, sorry.
But so then I had to figure it out very quickly that hey, listen, I'm missing something. I need to go back to my Nsima habits. So after I changed back again to stop eating pizzas and the likes and back to my Nsima, my stomach was okay again because that's what my body's used to. And continuing the tradition is like every time I'm with my kids, like we eat Nsima 2-3 times in a week. So I always teach them this is what I grew up with. This is what everybody eats down there. This is what our stomachs are made of down there. This is part of our culture, and this is how we make this food. And sometimes when it's like a special dish, like what my mom used to make, for example, when we didn't have money, there's certain dishes that you just make them because you want to be reminded of that moment that okay, this is a dish that tasted so good, even though it was a peasant dish, right? But it still tasted so good, and it reminds you of those beautiful moments, right? And then there's also some dishes, but when you make them, you say, remind me of Christmas, because my mom used to make this especially for Christmas. It's food and culture, like you say, they intertwine. It's a beautiful thing. I don't think culture could have prevailed without food.
Yeah, and that's right. Because if you look back or you watch the movies, what's the first thing people do when they arrive to a village, when they're welcomed at a village? Let's eat
food.
Let's have a feast.
So Martin Scorsese's films. If you watch Martin Scorsese's films, right? Everything in Martin Scorsese's film, there's a scene where someone is making food. That's just a fact, because that's Italian culture. He's trying to show you this is what we do,
Yeah, that's right. And it's big in Italy, actually. Food, very big in Italy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gunjan says, I'm sure you will find some Indian restaurants that are offering Indian food, which is not even Indian. Well, I think Indian food evolved, you see. You go to South Africa, you got bunny chows, isn't it? Do they have bunny chows in India, Gunjan? According to Trevor, no. But you also, for example, the dish chicken tikka masala, tikka masala, a tikka masala dish. It's a mixture of tikka and masala. It's not something that originated in India.
No.
I also learned recently that you've got this rice dish called biryani. I didn't know that the king prawn biryani is not an Indian dish. I didn't know that.
No.
So I get what you're saying, man. But the people want what the people want, mate. In some way, we get McDonald's and Subway here. Of course, you do. RB says the weirdest thing we eat is Romana nettles. It's the same as spinach for us. I've seen them. They look a bit, they look inspiring. I'll be honest. Let's see. Another thing we eat in Romania is mushrooming. Right? Basically, going into the forest and for mushrooms, absolutely love it. Okay, yeah, we eat mushrooms in Malaya as well.
We do eat a lot of mushrooms. Yeah, we do
wild
eat a lot of
mushrooms.
mushrooms.
We eat wild mushrooms.
We call them boa.
Boa, we call them. Love mushrooms, man. And they do them well. So if I was going to become vegetarian, I'd probably eat boa.
We have the special mushrooms as well up in the north.
Oh God, here we go. Are they the ones that get you high?
Yeah.
I knew it. So what about the tradition then? Do you go hunt ants in Norway, Drew? Wow.
No, I don't. But I go fishing a lot though. That's for sure. That's for sure.
You go fishing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you want to see how we cook nettles, Google or Urzici or Urzici. I think it's Urzici, right? Urzici. I'll Google Urzici.
I was gonna say you have to be very careful with how you mention these names. Have you seen that? Have you seen that Instagram thing where this guy is saying, "Oh, I just made this very nice tizakai," and then there's three tizakai, and then the three guys from Greece, I think. Yeah, they came in like, "What tizakai? What's tzatziki?
Tzatziki.
Tizakai."
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh my God. You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
This is what is it? Rosici is. It does not look appealing. And then they've got an egg in there. Come on, man. Yeah, no. If somebody serves me this, I mean, I'll eat politely, but it's no.
I mean, if you're invited at the house, yeah, you have to say, "Thank you, it was nice."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Plant fat means mustard oil, olive oil. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Aloo tikka masala. Okay, he says. Okay, rice biryani. Yes. A man gets sold in India for a day just for 650 ml of beer and a chicken biryani. Okay.
Really?
Pronunciation is very Chichewa, so you're saying it right. Don't worry. Okay, brilliant. Take the dish out now. You're confusing Google. Just apparently take the dish out. All right, cool. And it's not Google, it's Bing, isn't it? These days or so. By the way, guys, I recommend you to get on this Bing thing because you get it rewards you to do searches. Here I am promoting Microsoft. Hey, Microsoft, let's do an advertising deal. So yeah, every time you search on Bing now, it gives you little points. So if you've got a Microsoft or Xbox account, you could win stuff. Basically, it includes winning like vouchers, Amazon vouchers of up to £4,000 and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's just for free, isn't it? What was it? So it said remove dish. So I'm removing dish, right? Removing dish. There's nothing. Why are you using Bing? Because Bing is the only search right now that has AI. That's why I'm using Bing.
I use Bing too.
I never use Bing. I used to use Google, but because Bing has Copilot, which is the AI, it makes it much easier.
I use Bing too because it's also broader. Like the Bing search is broader than Google.
That's what they say.
That's just a fact.
That's what they say. Let's see. What are you saying? Okay, so the search here, it says, what? Image. So you guys do quiche. You do uchizi quiche. Yikes. rice as well. Yeesh.
Wow.
I mean, it's not as bad as what we eat, you know. But it looks. I mean, it looks like it's healthy because it's green. Um,
Just because
I
it's green,
see.
it looks healthy.
I see lemon coriander soup. Gunjan says, okay. Yeah, we
Uh,
use it like we use spinach. I'll stick to spinach, thank you, because I mean spinach is
mm,
common. Google
mm,
Romanian barbecue so I can rest my case. I've seen a Romanian barbecue. I'm telling you, there is no better barbecue than a Malayan. You know what?
mm.
In fact, let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's just go. No, not yet. Romanian barbecue.
Mm.
So this is the Romanian barbecue. Yeah. This similar to Malayan, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so okay, we'll count you in. But how long do you
yeah.
marinate your meat for? Because we marinate our meat for 48 hours, fam. We don't play. 48
Speak,
hours.
speak, speaking of barbecue,
Mm,
there's one particular spot in Africa. I've been to so many places in Africa, but there's
mm,
one particular spot in Africa, in Zimbabwe. This place is called Kwamerek.
mm-hmm.
This is the most famous barbecue spot you can think of, and it's yeah,
Kwameles.
Kwamerek.
Kwamerek. Okay, so the presentation of the
Well,
meat.
basically, the guys who started it, I think they wanted to say Qua America. So
Uh-huh.
then they kind of made it like Zimbabwean kind of, you know, lingua to it. And then they just called it Quameric. So it's a huge place that has like butchers selling meat. And then
Mm,
they have people barbecuing meat and have women making sadza, Nsima, some women making veggies. It's a huge place. So you drive in, basically. You can drive your car in, park your car,
mm,
bring your booze, sit down by your car, go order some food and sit with your friends,
mm.
eat your meat and sima and drink, basically. So this is like a Sunday joint. If you're in Harare and you've been out drinking on a Saturday, Sunday you need to go to Kwamerek. That's where everybody goes.
Interesting.
It's a hot spot. Yeah.
Says this is not the Wantali opinion. This is not the Wantali opinion. This is the podcast. Okay, well, all right. I marinate my meat very well. Thank you. My meat very well. Don't you worry.
with
Okay.
with with the nails. How do you do with the nails? No, I'm
Oh my
curious.
god.
No, I'm
Oh my
curious. I'm
god.
curious. She was all boasting here, like, "Oh, I don't like sauces on my fingers." What? How do you do it with the nails? How do you marinate your meat with the nails?
Abi says, look. Okay, I admit, Malawi, we're not good at this whole presentation thing. But one thing I've learned, the food can look good and taste terrible. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you come to Malawi, yeah, all right, there's like Malawi's just got so many street barbecues. Like we do it all year round. So honestly, we know what we're doing. Like Malawian barbecues are insane, insanely good. So yeah, we can. I'm not gonna let Google settle that. To be honest, meat is a thing that should be eaten in its purest form. Of course, of course, purest form on a barbecue stand. Albie says, I don't sit in the marinating pot with the meat, Drew. Wow. Okay.
Obviously, then I wouldn't eat that meat.
Is that
Then
a
I would advise no one to eat in that meat. I mean, you sit in there. That's like, yeah.
Is that a Malawi invitation? Yeah, visit Malawi. Visit Malawi. Go and check it out because I'm not going to sit here and talk till the cows come home about the barbecue, but the barbecue is nice, honestly.
The street food in Malawi is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think sort of food sort of tells a story about where you're from. And I like to know people's food as well. That you get to see so many things. The other day I was looking up the because I love croquettes. So people call them croquettes. I love croquettes because in Malawi there was a place called Alibaba's, and they used to make
Yeah.
nice
And
croquettes.
Blanta there.
Yeah. So every
Yeah.
time I went to Malawi, I'd buy like a thingy full of croquettes. If you don't know what croquettes are, I'll show you. And I just looked up where they're from. They're South Asian. They're a South Asian dish, basically.
They are. And they're made of cassava flour, isn't it? I think it's cassava flour,
Yes.
not the regular
And
wheat
yeah,
flour.
but you find them everywhere. Even in Japanese cuisines, they do croquettes. So yeah, it's if there's one thing that I'll say you should try is this. The croquette. All kinds, and they're very nice party snacks. So when I go somewhere, I want to try these things. I think yeah. Kunja says don't eat ants. Don't worry, you're not gonna eat ants in the Malayan house. You know what I mean? Did you guys see that video where? Well, I don't know if you guys saw it, but here in the UK, I think somebody in the news or something was in a neighborhood, and then they knocked on an Indian household, and these guys came out with a plate full of biryani, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're ready to go. That's culture right there, man. He says, Robbie says, can we go without Drew, please? Because he'll feed me ants. Okay.
Of course, and rats too.
No, not rats. We don't eat rats. We eat mice, not rats. All right, Jesus. Anyway, Chichewa word of the week, right? Drew, we've said so many of them. To be fair, should we just go back to the ones that we?
Yeah, we could.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few.
Something concerning food.
Yes.
Oh, should they try and guess it, because RB obviously is going to use Google, okay, it's something concerning food. Then I'll say tabola.
Tabola. Okay, fine. Tabola. I was going to say tripe because tripe is there already.
Yeah,
because tripe is already there. Actually, which one? Tripe or tabola? Tumbana or
tabola? Tabola. Let's go.
Nsima. No.
Nsima.
Tabola, which is chili, basically. Let's go. Why are you obsessed with me, Drew?
Did somebody actually think that I'm obsessed with them? Wow.
Yeah, so tabola or chili is the Chichewa word of the week. What is chili in your language, guys? What is it in your language? Please let us know. What am I going to say? Yeah. So Chichewa word of the week. Everything's done, guys. Thank you very much for coming on. Make sure you hit the like button, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Hit the like button. And thank you, Mr. Drew, for coming on, even though you were sick.
No problem.
I'll be going down to dope. If you got let's see. Are they Uwate means spicy pepper, basically. Okay. What's chili in Punjabi? What's chili in Punjabi?
Piri piri.
Piri piri, really?
I think it's piri piri, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Piri piri. Yeah, I think it's piri piri.
Punjabi. Chili in Punjabi. Oh, what the bloody heck? Okay.
I think so.
The word for chili in Punjabi is mirach.
Not piri piri. Okay. So what is piri piri?
I don't know. You want me to look up piri piri?
Yeah. Oh, Gujan actually said it's piri piri. Also said it must be piri piri.
Oh, so it's piri piri.
Yeah.
Small dry chili. Peri peri, he said. In Punjabi. Really? Hold on. Chili. Why was this telling me something else? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, okay, cool, no problem, guys. Yeah, so
I was gonna say before we go, I was gonna say
yes.
There is certain Ghanaian food that not many people talk about, because everybody talks about fufu. But you guys should try banku. Banku is also a fermented type of kind of like fufu, but it's prepared in a different way. But it's butter. Banku.
Yeah.
Banku with like fish.
What is made?
Yeah.
I've seen this actually. I used to think it was sima. It looks like sima. What is it made of?
It's actually made from maize as well, but they also mix maize meal and cassava. They blend it together, and then they also have sorghum. I think, and millet.
I can see that they dip it in shit. You put it in shito. I remember one time I took this when I was when I was in my previous work. Yeah,
Yeah.
I took Ghanaian shito to work, and they were like, "That looks like shit. What is that?"
And you said it's shito.
Yeah, but it sounds like shit. It smells like fish, basically. It's actually for me. It tastes nice when you put it in jollof. You know, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, shito right here. This stuff here. You know.
Yeah.
And obviously that's the banku here.
That's the banku.
And that's the fish. Actually, Ghanaian fish or Nigerian fish is very nice. Fried fish.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for coming through. What's going on here? It's like jealousy. It's like jealousy putting chili to the ass of somebody. My gosh, guys, thank you very much for coming through. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Do you know what I mean? Jesus, you guys are a little bit mad, but yeah, thank you, Gunjan. Thank you, RB. Guys, make sure you like the video. Like I said, if you're watching us from X, make sure you're following us on X. Make sure you're following us on TikTok and IG as well, guys. All right, we're gonna have an announcement pretty soon, which it should have been coming, but you know, things happen. But anyway, guys, have a good weekend. Take it easy.